Islam. Welcome to the Moor Culture Podcast. We are back. We are back. And this is episode 16. Islam, episode 16. That is Supreme Mathematics, Knowledge, Equality, all being born to God. Islam. Yeah, beautiful episode we have in store. I guess it's been 2 weeks since our last episode, Mo, and that's not like us. We
No, it ain't like that.
It ain't like us. That's
It
not
ain't like
like
that.
us. We should be here weekly on Mondays. A lot of things going on. The summer's wrapping up, and things is happening. So a lot of things that we're going to talk about. We're going to make sure we.
We'll talk about steering the spirit up as a people. Steering the spirit up as a people, unity. Where there's unity, there's strength. And we come together, we resurrect.
That's right, Mo. I'm just checking the levels. I think my microphone is loud, and I'm three, and your microphone wasn't that loud. But let's get these levels right. I'm multitasking over here, but yeah, Mo, yeah, resurrection you mentioned, and then unity. We'll be
For,
talking about
for,
the Moorish
yeah,
mind.
yeah, first and foremost, I'd like to give high honors
Islam.
to Almighty Allah and His Holy Divine Prophet Noble Drew Ali. High honors to the forerunner of the Prophet Marcus Mosiah Garvey. High honor to Jesus, Buddha, Confucius, Muhammad. High honor to J. Gibbons Hill. High honor to E. Millie Hill. High honor to Frederick Douglass. High honor to Harriet Tubman. High honor to Booker T. Washington. High honor to Master Fard Muhammad. Honorable Elijah Muhammad. High honor to El Hajj Malik Shabazz, aka Malcolm X. High honor to Worth D. Muhammad. High honor to Martin Luther King. And honor where honor is due. Peace.
Islam. Mo, thank you for bringing that back to our attention. Let me make sure I get my praises and honors in. Start with all praises to Allah. High honors to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. High honors to the forerunner Marcus Messiah Garvey. High honors to all past and present leadership of the Moorish Science Temple of America. High honors to all true and divine prophets of Allah that stand on the square of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And high honors to all the Moors worldwide, known and unknown. All the Moors that hear my voice, obviously, all the ancestors that paved the way for us to be here. Islam. Happy Moon Day.
Yes.
Happy Moon Day, Mo.
Yes.
So, yeah, I mean, let's get into it. But before we get into it, I wanted to make sure we tie it in, just so you know where your mind needs to go. We got to tie it into health because we got to make sure the T's
Yes.
are plugged in because this isn't just us being economical. It's not just us
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
sell something.
yes,
It is a
because
wellness
yes,
initiative.
because the reptilians study you.
Islam.
They know about your DNA and that we produce some of the greatest athletes and professionals of all times. The football game ain't nothing without us. The basketball game ain't nothing without us. So we had to learn how to place value on our physical body, our physical temple side of your heads called the temple. But what I don't understand, Mo, I mean, I do understand that the ghetto, that's a created environment. That's a war strategy. You have liquor stores almost on every block to destroy your health and make the wicked people money, and they send their children off to school and they repeat the same attitudes. But I look at people that I was exposed to, like they was real spiritual, and like the Holy Quran was talking about. Then did Shaitan cause them to slip from the state of felicity they were in, the Garden of Eden, the state of mind they were in. That's a state of mind, and that's why we got to stir our spirit up and come back into holiness. Just like in Ezekiel 37 chapter of the Bible, it talks about the valley of dry bones. And the prophet Ezekiel, he said, the hands of the spirit upon me, the spirit of the Lord was upon me, and led me out of the spirit in the midst of dry bones. And the bones was dead and stuff. So um, Allah told Ezekiel to prophesy from the four winds and breathe on these slain that they may live, and it represented the house of Israel. So that's who we are. And, it talks about it in Holy Quran and Mecca, Beni Israel. And so dealing with the people that's about that white supremacy stuff, a lot of them need to go see the doctor if they believe in hurting other people. They need to see a psychologist, a psychiatrist. You got some of them in that position, and you got a lot of them that try to make us downplay ourselves, have low frequency about ourselves. You look at the Bible. The Holy Quran says Allah created Adam out of black mud, and they say he was created out of dust, earth, in the Bible. So what does this look like here?
Like some mud, Mo.
Right. Have you ever seen white mud?
Like it's the sand. Have you seen like light mud, like some sand?
No, I've seen sand. That sand's pretty,
Yeah, but as soon as it gets a little wet, it doesn't really.
Right.
It gets dark, right?
What I'm saying, these reptilians came amongst us and caused all the chaos, conflict, and confusion. I'm for love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. I don't mind them living around us if they are truly about the law.
Well, I know that you're obviously big in psychology. We talk about it often. What I notice is that when there's issues with people as adults, it always stems from. It seems to stem from your parents a lot. Like your mother or your father. And I'm just making this real quick point.
I'm glad you mentioned that
because it's like you mentioned
what they do. Excuse me.
Yeah.
What they do, they like breeding people.
Mm.
So they breed people. So you got to be focused on our teachers. We had some of the best teachers that the world will ever present to bring us up to uplift fallen humanity. So you see this, the LGBT gangsters and stuff like that.
Of course.
The alphabet gangsters, that stuff is bred. And the alcoholics and the drug addicts and stuff like that, that's bred because they don't want you to see Allah in you. So when you see Allah in you and stuff, it wakes up and it cleans up your environment. We've been in these conditions too long, so we had to really, I'm calling on my people to come to life. I'm breathing on them as Allah breathed on me this morning to wake me up, to be able to talk to them. They need to throw away them worldly things like as in Message to the Black Man, also in Revelations, that Babylon the great has fallen, come up out of her, my people, be not partakers of her sins. So if we get right and stop sinning, they fall, because all they know is the light for sin. It was so deep that back in slavery, these people would go to church, and after church they would have something called a picnic or picnic. And so they feasted, after that. And guess what was on the menu?
I don't even got to guess, Mo.
We're on the menu. They was even trying to eat King David. That's why the 27th Psalm said, even though the wicked my enemies came upon me to eat up my flesh, they stumbled and fell. And try to make it look like Africans was pig meats and stuff like that. So, but when you start studying your history, who you are, you become a greater people. You find out how you are connected, because like I said, that's what the earth looked like. There's a lot of magic in that, We related to the earth, went far related to the trees. We got that. That's a frequency. So I'm calling on my people to come up out of Babylon and get on the right frequency. The right frequency will bring you in the heavenly state of mind.
So how we explain that real quick before you go. Let's get practical. Like you're saying, they got to come out of
because
Babylon.
the magic they put on them is the liquor stores and the drugs and the wrong foods that destroy their state of mind, and the wrong words you speak. Because the society in which we live in is a result of the words we speak. So we keep speaking all that crazy stuff, and that's why it's all this confusion in our society. And I'm calling all my people, all my brothers and sisters, God-fearing people. They said they love the Lord, so forth, so on. When you love the Lord, you fear no man. Stop preaching that, helping them white supremacists with that crazy stuff. Stop that hate. You know, Jesus was love made manifest. You know, so we got to tear down our idols and make human hearts our altar, burn our sacrifice with the fire of love.
Mm.
You know, love is going to heal the world. And so that's how you get the people in check. Them jinns, them demons. I don't care what color they are, but a jinn is a jinn. A devil's a devil. But, you know, it ain't nothing like being through what I've been through in life and having a personal experience with Allah changing me. And I don't hate nobody and stuff. I'm all about self-improvement. The biggest room in the world, you know what that is?
What's that?
Improvement.
I knew that.
So as you try to improve, you got all these illusions that come before you that try to play head games. I'm glad I'm a psychology major too, right? Because in Sigmund Freud's ego self-defense mechanism, the last one's my favorite. And you know what that is?
What's that?
Ritual undoing.
Ritual undoing?
Ritual undoing, yes.
Okay.
And Prophet Noble Ali said, be careful not to lose your soul. Be careful not to lose your soul in a crowd. And the public is unstable.
Mm.
So let me make myself clear because I said breeding, right? Did I just say that? Well, I learned in sociology class. It says sociology is study of groups, structures, what they look like, 4 characteristics any group, pack, purpose, awareness, commonality, cohesion. What come in packs?
Wolves?
Yes. And Jesus said, behold, I send you like a sheep amongst wolves. Therefore, be as wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. Then he said, I give you the power to tread on serpents. So when I was young, I was in a Cub Scout. Ain't that a pack?
Yeah.
I went to Cheney University. It's called Cheney University Wolf Pack.
Mm.
And then I substituted over Howard School. That's Howard High School Cougar. Ain't that a pack?
Is that?
And then, Wildcats, right? Then I went to Del Castle. That's the Del Castle Cougars.
Mm.
So we had to learn how to tame these animal urges within ourselves. You know, when we eat the wrong food, so forth and so on. We got to suppress them animal urges that lie within ourselves. And that's why the world is so far off the chain, off the hook. You know, because we don't eat right, we don't walk right and talk right and stuff. We let the beast nature come up out of us, called the devil.
So that's partially why you're fasting right now, right, Mo?
Yes, I fast, you know, because according to Sunnah of Islam, I fast Monday and Thursdays because the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said on Mondays and Thursdays the gates of paradise are open.
Mm.
So I start trying to keep my mind focused dumb days because so long I'm following your schedule. I'm not following man's schedule. Help me through this, and we all need help through the day. And the Holy Quran and back of one of my favorite sources, A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajeem, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, wa asr inna sallallahu fikr salafina wa amni wa amal salahati wa ta'asal bil haq wa ta'asal bis sabr. By the token in English, by the token of time, through the ages, surely man has lost step. Those who exhort one another the truth, exhort one another patience. So that's what we had to do. And you know, when I was in basic training in Army, the deepest part about it, in order to pass, we did CPR and first aid over and over. And I was a lifeguard, certified every year. We do CPR, first aid. That's deep because you never know when anybody gonna be in distress.
Mm-hmm.
Don't matter what they look like, how you gonna move. This world's in trouble. So I want to let my people know that the power is in the vote, and you don't only have to vote Republican and Democrat. We can form a new party because they ain't doing what they are supposed to do. Anytime that what they say that the news is that Apex paid off all the politicians And United States give Israel money every year. So if Apex is paying them off, where do you think that money came from? The taxpayer. If they can send money to Israel and they can send money to Ukraine, come on, wake up, people, especially on people's civil rights era. They need to put some money in this community, these communities, and get rid of the drugs. Anytime they can send spaceships up and create NASA and stuff like that, hey, we got to concentrate on our community. Because when we concentrate on our community, we saving our lives. Don't give them the power like that. We voted them in office. They don't do right, get them up out of office. And then for the other people, if they don't act right, boycott their products. Remember, show me somewhere in the book where Allah put them in charge of you. Look at you beautiful people. Look at that. That look like mud. That makes me feel great. That builds up my self-esteem. So, because James 3 in the Bible talks about, man, you read that before, right? The tongue. The tongue is a world. It's a fire. It's a world of iniquity, right? It's on fire, the course of nature. So this, and the Holy Quran says, we have given you the gifts of sight, speech, and hearing. So I'm saying to everybody out there, they should learn the gifts of their speech to make the world a better place. I ain't hating on nobody. It's time for us to pull our sleeves up and do hard work and stuff and make this world a better place. Because for the children. Because all you people hating people and so forth. So what's the world going to be like for your children? And you white supremacists need to go see a doctor. And even the doctors, white supremacists up there that are psychology, they need to see a doctor too. I'm saying you probably got some good people where it's needed.
The doctors need doctors right now. And it's crazy. The most unhealthiest people you'll see is doctors. You'll see fat doctor. There's no doctor that should be over. There's no doctor that should be obese, but yet there are, or doctors that smoke cigarettes. Seeing a doctor smoke cigarette is just like mind-boggling to me.
You don't think after all we've been through as a people, all of us suffer from PTSD?
Absolutely. No.
You don't think that? But even how so you got some people that's for Trump, some are against him, right? I seen, when Elon Musk came in, investigating them organizations.
Mm-hmm.
I like that because a lot of people are stealing money.
Of course.
But I don't like the fact that they gonna, taking people's Medicaid, Medicare, and stuff like that because they already got theirs.
Yeah.
So and then you go to some countries and stuff. All that's provided for free, and America's supposed to be a leader in the world. So if people don't want to demonstrate true leadership, it's time for us as a people to get rid of them. I don't care if they Democrat or Republican.
That's right.
It's time for us to wake up our powers in the vote. And that white supremacy stuff, it ain't no more. We putting that in the trash. We bearing that. Allah's on earth today. You can get rid of that. Allah lives within me and you. Allah's making a difference, bro.
Is that?
Mm-hmm.
That's right, Mo.
I was a lifeguard. I don't hate nobody. I try to use the left hemisphere of my brain, which is rational. All hard, complex mathematics, speech. That's my left. The right is emotions and stuff like that. So I try to stand on the square on my left hemisphere, and ready for order and stuff. Like I said, and even when I said people are social animals about the about the wolf pack and stuff like that. You ever notice, a lot of the reptilians and stuff, when they get old and stuff, they get that turkey-like goblin thing in their neck. And then the highest ranking colonel in the army is a full-bird colonel and stuff like that. And a lot of reptilian stuff, when they get old, you see that hair starting to look like feathers.
Wow, Mo.
So, we still one family, but they don't treat us like that. And it's time for us to move ahead.
Mm.
If they're not living in holiness, it's time. I don't care who it is. If they want to get to act in order to get away from them. Low frequency beings. they'll short circuit you.
For real.
Yeah, when I was in the Army, I was on field wireman, telephone installer, and you had the power switch, and you had the terminal box, ground wire and hot wire. So we gotta be spiritual electricians. So when we see them energies that ain't coming, that don't mean us no good, we gotta ground it.
Mm.
And the laws are ground. You know, one thing I like about the law will fix it. He will fix them. Just stay on your team. Yep.
Islam. Is it not going to take action though, Mo? Right? Is not Allah seen through the works of man?
Well, I'm telling you this, like our Master Prophet Muhammad said, Allah works through the elements. That's real.
Okay.
You know, the earth, wind, fire, what I remember when the messenger passed, I don't know, Elijah Muhammad passed, and that night he passed, the wind shook real violently around my house. I could feel his spirit all up in the wind and so forth and so on. So our ancestors talked to us through the elements. You know, so when we get back in harmony with nature, like we was down by the water training.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real spiritual. Get your mind off carnal things, you know, because we're deeper than this physical form. This physical form is just a house for our spirit. Our spirit is huge. So that's why they got liquor stores in every community, and they don't have them in the suburbs like that. City council people should run them liquor stores up out of our community. Otherwise, put them in the suburbs. That's an act of white supremacy. Liquor stores all in our community causing mental illness. So you can open up the prisons. We'd say the prison industrial complex. That's a hustle.
Yeah.
Or the military industrial complex. That's a hustle. So we really had to get deeply involved in government and make a change for the benefits of all Americans. Now, when you say all American, who's all Americans? Because they invited everybody in, from different nations.
The ones they're kicking out right now.
Huh? No, they got to bring them back because they grow the fruit. They said Trump apologized because them people are professional at what they do. But you got people that's coming in here, stuff like that, and you don't hear nothing mentioned about what we went through. You know, far as in the civil rights day era and so forth, Malcolm, Martin Luther King, so forth, so on. And you got these house Negroes up here, so forth, so on, act like they don't know what time it is. That's why we need new leadership in America. I don't even care if it's come up out of different families, but you also got people in the Congressional Black Caucus. They all foreigners. They voted against reparations. So we had to wake up, and I'll be praying for my people all the time. Foundation Black America, that's important. I don't hate Africans or none of that, so forth and so on. But a lot of them are arrogant. They think they better than us. What they did to us, colonized the whole world. That's deep. That's what the Marine Corps symbol represent. You know, the eagle around the world. They got the democracy claw in the whole world. But who said democracy was right for anybody?
That's what they say.
Yeah, but our forefathers didn't live like that. These people took and colonized us and made, like the Holy Quran says, Shaitan makes things fair seeming. They made that fair seeming. You know,
yeah.
So it's all about.
Definitely made us comfortable in captivity.
Yep.
Though.
So, and even in a questionnaire, it says 5 names given to descend Adam and Eve. It's Lucifer, Satan, devil, dragon, and beast. And you know that's who they act like. So Allah, I pray the Lord breathe on us as a people and really resurrect our men into God men, because a God man knows no fear. And so Marcus Garvey, he said, stop letting other man bluff you. He said, when you fear another man, that's an assault to your creator. So we don't want to insult our creator. And Marcus Garvey said, history is the landmark in which we are directed in the true course of life. So
Islam.
So then you have Everybody out there listening to me, they did a good, fine job trying to brainwash us. There's something in school I learned. It's called neuro-linguistic programming. Neuro-linguistic program is when they program your nerves. They hit you from that way and telling you telling your neurons what to fire out.
Mm.
So I love psychology because I study myself. That's why I go out amongst nature. I don't care what they throw at me.
That's a that's the one thing we should be studying more than anything
I'm into
is
the
ourselves.
I'm into elements. I don't care about that bull crap they be talking about. We are people of nature.
Islam.
Nature, the sun don't even like them.
Well,
They try to make things hard. Not only that, a lot of way beyond the spectrum.
but that's important though in terms of well, no, I'm just saying real quick though, like forget about we're children of the sun. More importantly,
yeah,
we are children of the sun.
So
and we need
when
to
they was talking about the Son of God, what son you think they was talking about? S-U-N or S-O-N? They're homonyms, ain't they?
They're both, obviously. I mean,
It's-
both. I mean, what the sun is it. I mean, that's what we get. That's how we survive.
I learned a saying. It was so pretty. It said, this body, man, is a temporary dwelling place on the earth plane of solar man, which has fashioned that form and repeated in harmony with the cosmic law of seven. So you got a soul, right? That's connected with the solar system. So is your solar plexus.
Of course. You got it on your chest, Mo. We have it all over the sun, moon, and the star. We have it. That is the representation of what's happening here on Earth. I mean, that is what governs. That is what governs Earth.
Yes, and
sun, moon, and stars.
we had to learn how important it is to study our seven chakras because they real important. You got the serpentine fire, the navel, the solar plexus, the heart, third eye, and crown. So everything everything above that, they all come in harmony with the four elements too. Everything be a loaded navel is called a mortal gate. So righteousness start above the navel up here. So to be low navel, that's where the mortal gates, where sex is great, all that, and it ties into astrology. And then you got astrological anatomy, which is powerful.
Mm. Well,
Lion tribe of Judah, you know who that is?
That's us.
Leo.
That
too, yep. Remember Leo the lion?
Yeah.
So, but if you eat right and you treat other people right and stuff, you're on the path. It ain't got nothing to do with them pagan holidays. This Santa Claus spelled back for Satan's claws. Yeah. Whoever heard of a bunny rabbit laying eggs?
It's weird stuff.
Then you got the Gregorian calendar straight off because January is named after King Janus, March named after Mars, the god of war, and July, Julius Caesar, Augustus Caesar. September was a black Roman emperor, right? But it means 7. Then you got October, November, December. It's 8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
So, but it's 4 weeks in a month, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So each 4 weeks is 28 days. So you got extra month. It's really 13 months in a year. Mm. So the Gregorian calendar, they put us under a spell with that one. They came over here, and that's the Gregorian calendar is all part of the Crusades. People keep thinking the Crusade ain't going on. I tell people about the Crusades, they look at me like I'm crazy, like I'm funny, right? But the powers that be, of the society, they smiling.
Yeah. Because
they know people ain't going to get free unless they know what happened, what transpired. So I'm glad the law has operated on my mind and made me new.
Mm-hmm.
I'm no longer Negro, black, or colored. They can't put me on a cross. I came up off it.
Islam.
I'll be like Muhammad said, come off the cross and fall under one crescent. In the nation of Islam, you say, who's that original man, that Asiatic black man, God of the physical universe, to make it owner of the cream of planet Earth? So I was
Father of
Yeah,
civilization.
yeah, like right. And I didn't pay no mind. Then I said, wait a minute. We created man out of our black man. I said, whoa, that's what they talking about. So we have a lot to learn from us as a people. You know, we don't have to chop none of our leaders down. Learn what you can learn from some people and be gone. Go ahead. I'm gonna take the high road because I'm not. I try to be on high frequency. I'm not caught up. People try to get you caught up and bring you off your square. But I've been
Yeah.
so happy and peaceful about how Allah transformed me so forth. So I ain't got time to argue with people. I really try to be a peaceful person. I'm not trying to be involved in no bad relationship and all that stuff like that. With
Oh
anybody,
man, we're still
you gotta let love come about.
Islam. We are still here. The camera did pass away. The battery did exhaust itself, but we are still live vocally. They can hear us.
Right.
Can't see us unfortunately, but we'll wrap this up. I'm trying to think. Is there anything I can do quickly to get video back? Maybe I can do this. Yeah, we'll do this. Let's do this. We're gonna get real different. Yeah, that's what we gonna do right there.
Is that it?
Yeah, we back, but we on. The camera ain't gonna, don't look as good. But it's them. They can hear us.
Well, in spirit, our people is a very special people. Allah want to work with them, and they just have to have faith in Allah. The nearest place you can meet Allah is in
The
your
heart.
heart. But you have to get tired of that bad, wicked way of living. Holy Quran says, never does Allah change the conditions of the people until they change in their heart. It's time for us to change because these people are planning our demise. You see how they was everybody was interested in changing the health care, make things poor, bad for people taking back all the civil rights, um, what people was fighting for. That means they're telling you if you remain that black status, get through. I'm glad I got my status.
Mm.
I know, but my status is Moorish hyphenated American.
Moorish American.
And I can go to any branch of government and demonstrate it. And I'm not gonna let nobody put me under a spell. What you say, neuro-linguistic programming?
That's what you said.
Yeah, because when people speak up out of their mouth, you got to study with this. Because out of one sentence, you can create a paragraph. Out of a paragraph, you can create a book. And I'm so glad I educated myself.
Contracts.
Yes, and I like to see our people get together in harmony and peace. And I don't think I'm better than nobody else. But when Allah created us, He created us in all stations. So if you think somebody think I'm going to be in one station, which they think I'm going to be in, no. I thank Allah for my station at 68 years old, and going to 69, inshallah, and I humble myself, and I go with the flow.
Islam. I like the sound of that, Mo. You're going all over the place, but I want to go back to the sun because and just wellness in general, because what I did today is something I learned online, and I believe it to be true. It makes sense. But mushrooms, when you put mushrooms in the sun, it absorbs a lot of vitamin D. So there's already vitamin D, a lot of more than other foods. There's a lot of vitamin D in mushrooms. But if you have mushrooms, if you put it into the sun and let it just sit for a few minutes, no different than us. We put our own bodies in the sun, we receive more vitamin
mushrooms
D.
that brown color too, like us, right?
What's that?
Mushrooms the same color, ain't it?
Yeah. I got some lion's mane mushrooms that were basically
Did you put that
mostly
in your
white
smoothie?
but like
You put that in
tannish.
your smoothie?
I did not, but some people put mushrooms in their smoothies. I just made it. I had cooked it. I had put some lion's mane mushrooms in the sun, let it get a lot of vitamin D, and it turned brownish a little bit. But yeah, I cooked it. I stir fried it with some dandelion greens,
Wow.
some dandelion
Yeah,
greens
you
with the
got,
mushrooms,
yeah.
and I put it on top of some quinoa.
Right. Can I ask you another question?
Complete protein, no meat, complete protein.
That sounds good. Can I ask you a question?
Of course, Mo.
What do you know when we was out there, we must say ground your feet in the earth.
Yeah.
We took our shoes off. What you feel about that?
Well, I feel amazing, Mo. I do that. That's my practice already. I
Oh,
almost every day, especially if it's a night, a good weather day. I'm always outside with my socks off
right.
in the backyard and sun gazing. So I'll go out there, do a little meditation prayer mix, take some deep breaths, look at the sun. Just look up in general. I like to look at the clouds. I like to just know what's up there, look around. But I look at the sun for a little bit and put my feet in the ground and just
Right.
take a break
Right.
for a few minutes.
And I want y'all to remember what color was Adam. Look at that. That's your power.
Islam.
We on high frequency now. We
Children
don't.
of the sun.
What people say, I'm white, I'm white. When in psychology, we call that a superior perception reality, where I think my values are better than yours. We're not on that frequency today.
Yeah.
We on the frequency of uplift fallen humanity. I'm a lifeguard. So
Yeah.
anything drowned, I got to go out there and bring it back to shore.
Islam, like the front of the resurrection book.
Hmm.
Islam. So yeah, you're fasting, got the sun, you got the vitamin D, and we have the Circle 7 cleanse.
Yes.
So this is not just for cleansing yourself of, well, it is. It's for cleansing yourself of all the Babylon, like you said, all
Yes.
the toxins that we're getting. We can cleanse ourselves.
And-
We
and-
should cleanse ourselves. We
and-
have to cleanse ourselves.
And if you want to build a relationship with the law, learn how to fast. If you're going through anything in your life, something's really bothered you, fast. So law will start communicating with you when you fast. Changing is a process. We all have to change as a people, but the oppressor, his day is over because
It is.
he's being exposed.
Let
We don't
this
care
be-
about that superior perception, reality, and stuff. People ain't crayons.
Let this be a wake up call, Mo. Let this be a wake up call for at least one person out there that wakes up from the what do you call it? Wakes up from the you have a
From
saying.
darkness and marvelous light.
Yeah, rise from the
Yeah.
darkness
So
and marvelous light.
when you eat right and you fast and stuff, that's how you steer the spirit. And when you steer the spirit, that's deeper than the atom bomb, deeper than a missile. We need that because they're plotting our demise. They want to cut us off. We give them the right to go in, and there's people of all walks of life when it comes to oligarchs. They rob the land of its natural resources. And then they start wars so they can rob the people, steal the people's treasures. And which Allah gave them the treasure. It wasn't given the people that didn't have find no civilization. They go in, and then they say that they're Christians, and that's the right thing. Now we got to stop that. And you got some Muslims do crazy stuff too. They colonize us too, right? But we as a people have to have a lot of deep rooted, like so you got to be grounded. The ground wire. So when law comes, we got to ground and be real spiritual, and ask law to teach us the proper word to utter, whether we in rage, and teach me the proper word to utter, whether I'm in rage or honesty, whatever. Allah will teach you the proper word to utter, teach you how to deal with your oppressor. Whether I don't care what color they are, we have to raise up in spirit. We're new people. Law's here in North America. He's bringing changes, and he'll help when people bother you. He'll change the elements.
Islam. The elements are always working in our favor, Mo. I would say, even when it seems like there's destruction, because of that, because of nature, there always is there's always blooming afterwards. There's always that's part of nature. You build. I mean, you destroy to build. There's a transfer of energy. You can't just manifest energy out of nowhere. Something has to die. Something has to pass away. Something has to be destroyed in order for a new life to be created.
Yeah, we are the sons of light. We are a divine germ impregnated in the vessel. So we have to let Allah's spirit work with us and steer us and speak, be the eyes in which we see with, the voice in what we speak with, the feet, the limbs what we walk and talk with, right? It's a spiritual realm. That's how you deliver yourself up out of that colonization, because it's fiction. It's fake. And when it comes to Allah and stuff, the enemy's a chump. The enemy, you think the enemy can defeat Allah?
Of course not, Mom.
Yeah, he's a chump.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking about my lower self too, right? Because we all got lower selves, right? But Allah will deal with them chumps.
And that's how you test your strength. I was thinking earlier about, you're like, you don't hate nobody. And I was like, well, I was thinking, like, do you hate the devil? And it's like, you don't really hate the devil. You respect the devil, and the devil is something that at least shows you,
because he's a part of you.
Yeah, it shows you the strength that you have. You have to have something to go against. That's the reality of life.
Without a foe, a soldier never knows his strength.
Islam, there you go.
But all praise is due to Allah, for he's leading on and victory is assured.
Islam, that's deep, Mo. So
we got to know about the line uniting divinity and matter. That's the yin and yang.
No, we really do have to be real mindful of divine law. I mean, be real mindful of what has existed before this system that we're stuck in, or we
these people having fun because the first class you take in school, what is it? Spelling,
yeah.
And so
alphabet.
Yeah. So what they did, most people in this world under a spell.
Yeah.
And they're taking this man that enslaved us. They made him into a god. You know what I'm talking about?
Of course.
And so, in Allah,
pull your money out.
And Allah,
look at the dollar bills.
Allah say, come up out of them, people. And a lot of our people don't want to come out. So therefore, they say the Holy Spirit will chastise you and convict you. That's a serious judge there. The spirit of our ancestors.
Yeah.
Yep.
You don't want that. You want to talk about the judicial system here. I mean, the last person you want to be judged by is
so you got
Allah.
Yeah, you got the law of the land, law of the sea. The only law of them parts is dealing with is the law of the sea. That's why they call it maritime admiralty jurisdiction and stuff, and it's against the law too. You can't, if you read 22 U.S. Code 611 and 612, it talks all about that, right? It's all in the law. Our people don't study the law. The treaty and constitution is the supreme law of the land. Article 6, Section 2 says the constitution and treaty should be made supreme law of the land, and the judges of every state are bound thereby. So if you walk into a square and you don't know your law, them pirates will tear you behind up.
Yes.
They ain't got no problem hoodwinking you.
Yes.
They already enslaved you, made us slaves and stuff. Captured a lot of us as slaves. We're free now. So you stay free by staying harmony with Allah, because Allah is closer to you in the jugular vein. And they said, hold on tight to the rope of Allah. Allah is close to your jugular vein. So when comes the help of Allah? The help of Allah is always near. When come the help of Allah, they'll see people join the religion of Allah by the thousands, celebrate the praise of our Lord. He's all forgiving, most merciful.
Islam.
And then I always think about that night of power when the 19th day, I think it's we don't never know what it is, but it's every odd day after the 19th day in Ramadan, where the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, led the 7 last major prophets in prayer. Traveled into the 7 heavens. They said he rode a Baroque. You know what Baroque is?
Nope.
It was a white horse with wings. So
yeah.
So that's what they say. But what I think about, because I learned a lot from the Quran, and so you heard of Christian Crusades, right?
Well, we're friends. Of course, I know the Christian.
So I encourage everybody, that don't know, if you want to get power, have a Bible and Quran.
Oh, you have to.
Because they complement one another. Don't sit and, practice that neuro-linguistic program, poof. No, we at one time we were taken out for reading and writing. We was unalive for reading and writing. Now we can read. So and now they mad at the president because he don't cutting off education, so forth. So should be mad about him. It should be your duty to
Exactly.
educate yourself.
It shouldn't be their job, Mo.
You should have.
It ain't their job to
Yeah,
raise our
that's right.
children or to educate
Yeah,
our children.
we
That's
sh-
not their job.
our connection with the law is supposed to be powerful. And if we don't got a connection with the law like that, something's wrong.
Islam.
Something ain't right. We should fight. The deepest thing we should have in life is our connection with law, because that's our life support system. That's how we get greater. I know everybody there should want a connection with law, and life would be sweeter than it's ever been. Hold on tight to the rope of law. Rope of law is the Quran. Just study the Quran.
Islam. We have the Quran. We have many holy texts in this temple. 715 North King Street, Wilmington, Delaware 19801. Come here. Come here. Every Friday, definitely. We're soon gonna have more people here on shift to be open during the week. We'll make sure that that's presented so people know when it's possible to come by. Stop by anyway and just knock on the door, see if we're here. But because sometimes we have people here, but we don't have a real schedule yet. But every Friday, Holy Temple meeting, 7 o'clock. We have all the holy texts in this.
And above all, don't be no sucker. Don't pick up them alcohol, no drugs and stuff. They don't like us.
Mm.
They don't like us because, see it again, there it is. That's what Adam was made up out of, black blood.
Islam. No, Mo. So
It's healing powers and all that. At one time, we didn't need to go to a doctor and stuff. We were so spiritually. We were the doctor.
Islam. We got the Kinkali belief,
Yeah,
Mo.
we
The
mastered
Kinkali.
we mastered them 7 chakras.
Listen.
Let
We
me
got
tell
the
you,
holy tea. The circle 7 tea is going to cleanse you. It's going to have so many herbs and minerals in it that is, I think, well, the circle 7 cleanse has maybe 8 or 9 herbs, but the most powerful one is the Kinkali leaf. Look it up, but it adds a lot to the tea that is good for the liver, good for detox the blood, and is a way to cleanse yourself. Go on a fast. Fast from Babylon, man. Fast from the craziness. Put the stuff down and drink you some tea. All you want to do, and don't add the sugar because then you end up making it no longer good. Just drink the tea. If you need some sweetener, add a little bit of honey. The Quran, Mo. Did you know the Quran talks about honey? I don't know if the Bible does.
Yes.
The Quran talks about
Yes, I
honey.
know about it.
Listen, we were together the other day, and I know a brother mentioned honey and
I use it for my eyes.
listen. The Mo puts it in his eyeballs. Manuka honey is used and people put it in the eyes.
It's what
Put it on cuts.
It don't have the bee sting in it.
Yeah, the Singless bee honey.
And the Holy Quran got a special surah that talks about honey.
Yeah, I just looked it up. I think it's Surah on now, verse 69.
Yep.
So yeah, then eat from all fruits and follow the way of your Lord laid down for you. There emerges from the bellies a drink varying in colors in which there is healing for mankind. Indeed, that is a sign for people who give thought. Allah speaking about the bees producing honey. A drink from Allah speaking about the bees producing honey in their bellies.
So when the colonizers came into our society, they cut off that knowledge and they create they make you think that voodoo or the witch doctor, voodoo being spirit or Holy Spirit, right? And they call him the medicine man and stuff like that. So they came in and said everything bad about their remedies and created a med school to make money, to profit, right?
Yeah.
Where with medicine men and of these tribes, they was practicing old time religion. That old time religion, I may Allah breathe on us all. I pray the Allah breathe on us all. We live in a very special time. Allah, we need you to breathe on us.
Islam. We have the holy breath tea as well.
Mm-hmm.
Eucalyptus in that, mullein leaf, beautiful herbs that are great for your breath. And, the holy breath also has ashwagandha, good for the mind. Good for the mind. All the herbs, really, though. Anytime you're enjoying a cup of tea, most of these leaves, most of these herbs, and tea's not just people. Oh, I don't like tea. You don't even know what that means because tea is anything brewed into some water. Coffee is just coffee tea, really. I mean,
Well,
it's
so
just coffee beans and water. There's so many different kind of herbs. There's so many different kind of
don't you
herbs.
create your DNA through what you eat?
It has a part in it. Yeah, there's a thing called epigenetics in terms of you can alter your genetics. You can alter how your genetics
Minister Farrakhan said your kitchen
operate.
is a laboratory.
It has to be. It has to be. And it's listen. It's unfortunate that the laboratories that are feeding us are, and we really, we should be fed by a quote unquote laboratory, right? But that's what's happening. We're feeding, and most of the food that people are eating are coming out of these weird places, these weird scientists that are making things in laboratories and look brighter, to smell sweeter and taste sweeter, smell better, and just to sell, just to make money, and they don't give a crap about your health.
Just like the truth was right in front of you, like King Tut was in a sarcophagus, like the coffin, right, and it was blue and gold, right. The blue represent the energy of the sky, and the gold represent the energy of the sun, and then the serpent on top represent he reaches godhood and open up the third eye. He was the Lord of two lands, Upper Egypt and Lower Egypt, was the higher self and lower self, and the queen's chamber and the king's chamber, and the three masturbatory gland, which is the hypothalamus, the pineal gland, the pituitary gland, which is also the three wise men they talk about in the Bible. So guess what's at the bottom of the cobra?
What's that? The rattle, right? The bottom of the cobra.
The serpentine fire. So you take that out, that's a staff, the magician's staff.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's deep,
there's a movie where it might have been Aladdin where they throw the staff and turn it into a snake.
The staff is the seven chakras. Yep. Serpentine fire. See how it comes up that serpentine fire. So that's where all the magic is. When you master that, they want you to get caught up into their remedy.
Exactly.
That's what our tasks on our feds represent. We're universal. We explore. Yeah, we explore. We don't, because Moorish Quran says, man knows not by being told. Man may believe what others say, and thus he never knows. It says also that man is truth and false is strangely mixed. Back to the yin and yang.
Islam,
180 degrees negative, 180 degrees positive.
360. The full circle. The full circle. Not just half. MoorCultureCenter.com. Moor, MOOR, culturecenter.com.
Allah, teach me the proper word to utter, whether I'm in a pleasant mood or whether I'm in rage.
Islam, Mo. Islam. The T's are there.
Yes.
We also have, in terms of just wellness, we still have Sister Abundance Childs, the best vegan chef in the area that I know. I don't know if there's one that exists that is better. This is where I learned a lot of stuff from. A lot of the mushroom stuff and how to make plants taste really good is through Sister Abundance. And she has the replay. We had the cooking class here at the temple, but we recorded the whole thing. So even though if you didn't make it, we have that available. You can go on the website, moorculturecenter.com, go into the shop, and you'll see Mommy's Table, hosted by Sister Abundance Child. Learn from the best vegan chef in the area. If you heard of Drop Squad Kitchen, you know very well that she's legit the best foods. But she has a cooking class, a whole hour long, plus you can see exactly how she makes her stuff, why Drop Squad is a success. To this day, she's still, through the mothership, still offering platters and food that I don't want to belittle by saying platters. She's still offering plates and delicious food for sale through her club membership kind of thing called the Mothership. So check her out there. I think you can find her on abundancechild.com. But that's all. I mean,
and Marcus Garvey said, you mighty race, be all that. You can't be, stop letting the people trick you. Don't sell yourself short like that. You're much more than they project who you are. Their schools ain't going to tell you who you are, but we know who you are.
Islam, come get the truth.
Original man said, who's that Asiatic black man, God on earth?
Islam, Asiatic black man, maker and owner, cream of the planet Earth, all civilization, and God of the universe, Mo, Islam.
Yes, come from darkness and marvelous light. And when you come from darkness and the marvelous light, like Psalms 119 says, the word is like a lamp unto thy feet and light on the path. You turn the light switch on them gins and they'll break.
Mm.
They'll put on a pair of air light keys. They know you are. Stop feeding into them low frequency creatures. They're low.
Mm.
Check what come up out of their mouth. So they can, so when you get on high frequency, they're defeated. That's better than the missile.
Mm.
Holy Quran says, it says when you under sudden attack, if you're firm under sudden attack by the enemy, Allah will reinforce you with 5,000 angels. And then another part it says, and we have ordained lamps in the lower heaven. We have ordained lamps in the lower heavens for the shaitans. Then you read the footnotes: the lamps, lights, missiles. They can't handle light. Embrace the light. Don't never be scared of light, because you got a lot of people that even look like me. All skin folk and kinfolk will try to get you up out of light so they can do their dirty stuff with you.
Mm. Islam, Mo. That's heavy. On that note, gonna sign off. Peace. We didn't even give the normal greetings of peace, Islam, assalamu alaikum. Go ahead.
Say, may Allah bless you and keep you. May Allah cause the light of his countenance to shine down upon you and be gracious unto you. May Allah lift up the light of his countenance upon you and give you peace. May the sweet communion of Holy Spirit rest, rule, and abide with you henceforth forevermore. My heart, mind, soul, said, let the words of my mouth, meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight. O Allah, Lord of the world, my strength, my Redeemer. Amen.
Islam. Thank you, Mo. Sign off. Until next time.
Peace.
Peace.